Every message broadcasted will be a source of thawab for you and your families. By helping us secure this building, you are paving the way for millions to connect with Karbala and the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam through our channels. Join the ranks of the lovers of Aba Abdullah. Be part of this noble cause. Donate today and make a lasting impact on Shia media globally.
Dear viewers at home, welcome to season 3 of the Shia Voice. The show where dreams take center stage, talent knows no limits.
We have a range of auditions for you.
From laughter to tears, and each and every one of you should be very proud. I appreciate those of you who've come from far and wide.
Inspiring talents of our performers.
From lecturers to Quran reciters, poetry and many more.
Each performer will take to the stage to showcase their unique talents. Each of our judges will examine this. At the end of each night, we'll find out who is moving into the semi-finals.
It was really tough. Please do not take it in a difficult way. But there is only one who will go through from all of you.
I'm Ali Fadil.
And I'm Mullah Rashid Haidar.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV, without your support, this channel would never be a success. Many of you have benefited from what is really a university of knowledge. Lectures, interactive programs, and of course the Shia Voice. The coverage that one receives in the holy month of Muharram and Safar, of course, from the land of Karbala is witnessed by millions around the world and is vital in the upbringing of our children and the health of our households and our communities. We need your generous support. With your support, there could be more documentaries. With your support, there could be more programs. With your support, Shia Voice may come to your community. But we cannot continue this without your generous donations. In this holy month of Ramadan, a month of charity, a month of giving, a month of generosity, come together, join us on Imam Hussein TV and generously donate as you always have done, so we may continue to provide programs which serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and of course the holy household.
ينعاد عليكي ينعاد عليكي الله معاك
مع السلامة.
نحن مقاومة انت في خطر، ما لازم تضيعي.
ما تخافي يا بنتي.
كيف حالك؟
From hard-hitting, insightful discussions, because when I come to the hadith, I look to shows for the whole family.
Welcome to 7 Steps to Heaven. Yes.
To shows that keep you on the edge of your seats.
The winner is Mullah Ali
To live streams from the holy city of Karbala. There is something for everyone on Imam Hussein TV, your gateway to Karbala.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah wa barakatuh, and welcome to the Ramadan special Ahkam SOS here on Imam Hussein TV, the show that discusses Islamic duties and practices while taking in your questions live. So if you have a question you'd like to ask, please send it in via the WhatsApp number, should be there below somewhere, or you can call in on the WhatsApp number or to the Imam Hussein TV studios, and inshallah you can speak to the Sheikh live and have your inquiry answered. I'm your host Mohsin Shah, and joining me is Sheikh Ali. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. I'm just covering for Muthanna, who is unwell. Inshallah, Muthanna, you get well very soon and you can have your job back. But Sheikh, how you been? How's your Ramadan been?
Oh, great. Alhamdulillah. Blessings, alhamdulillah.
How's the show? Very, very busy, I see.
Alhamdulillah, great.
Fantastic. Sheikh, with your permission, let us begin. For those of you who want to send in your questions, the WhatsApp number should be there below. You can call in on the WhatsApp number also if you are international. If you're in the UK, you can call on 0203 515 0199, and inshallah you can send in your question and the Sheikh will answer. Sheikh, with your permission, shall we begin? This one is from YouTube. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna.
Assalam.
Where can I find a good tafsir of the Quran of Ahlul Bayt traditions in English, please? Thank you so much.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين. The main tafsir of Ahlul Bayt عليهم السلام with their narrations, I think tafsir al-Safi, tafsir al-Burhan, I think, Nur al-Thaqalain. I'm not sure if there's an English version for it, but there should be at least one of these three four books. They have to have some kind of translation, definitely.
Tafsir Qummi. Is that a good one?
Yes, of course,
Yeah, fantastic. More questions coming in, again from YouTube. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Currently I am sick, but I am still trying to fast. One of the symptoms I have includes a blocked nose. Is it okay to use a vapor rub or Vicks to unblock my nose? Jazakallah khair. This is a really good question, Sheikhna. I'm sure a lot of people, because it is winter, springtime, there is flu is quite common. A blocked nose. Now he's saying Vicks. Sometimes there's like albus oil, where they put in a tissue and they'll sniff it and it'll help open up, the airways and so forth, like eucalyptus oil. Is this acceptable? Does it break the fast at all?
What's important that you don't swallow either through the throat or any thick or dense steam doesn't reach your throat.
Okay.
Or let's say liquid and so forth. That's important.
So what about the Vicks rub? Some people just put it on their neck, on their chest there.
Outside?
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
And as the day goes, they just inhaling it slowly.
That's fine.
There you go. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, Sheikhna. I hope all is well.
Alhamdulillah.
My question is, for example, in a video where Islam is being discussed, or where there is where there's simply a narration about something, there is background sound with instruments, like the famous sound that we, with the Mukhtar series. Would such a video still be considered completely halal? Okay, Sheikhna, we have with social media, people are producing different sort of posts, religious, explaining hadith. Maybe there's a famous scholar, he's saying something very, very important, and they'll add some sound to the back. Maybe a heart, or maybe sometime a flute or something electronic, just to create a spiritual atmosphere and so forth. Like they said here, the Mukhtar series has a very famous sound in the background and so forth. Using these sounds, is it halal to watch these videos?
According to some ulama, like Ayatollah Sistani and others, that they divide music into two categories. Entertaining music like rock, jazz, DJ and so forth, which are forbidden, absolutely. And you have the classical and normal music. So they would allow for the classical music to be used, you can hear them anyhow. Fair. But others like Ayatollah Shirazi would not allow it at all. So he would consider all music, at least as a ihtiyat wujub, as they say in some cases, it's forbidden. So you can't listen to any type of music, even the classical ones. So again, it depends who you follow with this regard. As a fatwa, you go back to your marājiʿ.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. If I choose to adopt a child, will it be okay? Because when he or she grows up, there will be a mahram with the parents. How do I go along with this and make it okay? Or is it allowed to adopt? Okay, Sheikhna, adopting. We know that we are to take care of the orphans. This is highly, highly encouraged in the Quran, and also with the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Rasulullah saying and telling us to look after the orphans, take care. Adopting a child, let's say, you know, a female adopts a son, does she still have to do hijab and so forth? Does she still have to obey the ahkam of Sharia that is between a male and female?
Yes, indeed. In terms of the hijab issues, she has to wear hijab from this boy who is now in the age, discerning age, before even the bulugh, because we have discerning age, tamyiz, where he's 10, 11, less or more. He can differentiate between the haqq and the batil, good and bad. Then they have to cover themselves even before the age of bulugh and adolescence. And then, of course, the age of bulugh. The issue is that it's difficult, I mean, in terms of being halal to this lady, unless he is in the age of, let's say, I don't know, 18, and she has a girl, a daughter, let's say, over 16, and they do aqd. She becomes mother-in-law of this boy, adopted. So that kind of thing can be solved in somehow, if she wants to, of course. Otherwise, if she doesn't want that, she needs to wear hijab. So that can be done in this way, in terms of mahramiyya aqd, as they say.
From WhatsApp, Sheikhna, assalamu alaikum. I'm a med student in the US and I have to pay tuition out of my personal savings. And because I don't want to be in $200K debt, but by the time I graduate, I'm applying for all kinds of scholarships. I have come across a scholarship for the LGBTQ community and allies, and I'm wondering if it is haram to apply for those too. I'm definitely not an ally, but they don't ask you to declare that on the application form. Okay, so there is a grant or a scholarship. It says here LGBT people and allies, those who support and so forth. This person is saying, look, I don't support it, but I'm in need of assistance financially for my education. Can I apply for this grant with the pretense that I support this, but I personally, I don't. Is that okay?
The overall ruling is that one should not, let's say, support or promote falsehood in any how. It applies to everything. That, let's say, if I celebrate a specific pagans, I don't know, celebrations, I join them, there's a haram, let's say, things are used and applied. I don't really be in a position of promoting their falsehood in somehow. That's the main thing. Otherwise, we are dealing with companies today, buying, selling, giant companies that have shares with some other countries that causing such disastrous war and bloodshed. So you can see it's difficult to avoid it in some cases. You know, every time you put fuel and fill your tank, you know, the car's tank, you're actually there's some kind of countries that causing war and sending weapons to the Middle East, for example. In reality, it's supporting, but we can't avoid it. You know, there's no way you can avoid it. I don't want to bring names and so forth. So what is important that in this specific scenario, you don't support or promote falsehood, in other words.
Fair enough. Just a quick reminder to our viewers that we are taking in your questions. I've got quite a lot here, but if you want to send in your question, you can send it via the WhatsApp number there below. You can call into the studio and speak to the Sheikh. If you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook, you can put your questions in the comment section, and inshallah the technical team will send it to me on my handy iPad, and I will ask the Sheikh your question. Coming from YouTube, Sheikh, assalamu alaikum.
Salam.
On the prayer, when I stand for prayer, where I can put my hands, on the side or on the front. What I mean by on the front is in the front hands position towards the direction of the Qibla. Oh, okay. So he's asking, when I stand in Qiyam for prayer, do I put my hands by my sides? You can't really see. So like by my sides here, or by my sides in front, so the fingertips are facing the Qibla. So by the sides or by the front, and the fingertips face the Qibla.
By the front.
So the nails are facing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And is it the same with the feet as well? Because some people, the feet are a bit out. I've been
straight
told
as well. Yeah, exactly.
The toes should be pointing straight towards the Qibla. Is it wajib, or is this more to do with the akhlaq of the
etiquettes
prayer?
of salah? Exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna.
Salam.
What is the recommended dhikr to recite in sajda when wajib or a mustahab sajda verse is recited or heard? Okay, so Shaykhna, the wajib sujood is Surah Najm, Surah Alaq. Which other surahs are there? There's 4, I remember. Fussilat and Surah.
Guess.
Trying to think. Sajda.
Ahsant.
Yeah, Surah Sajda,
Najm, Alaq,
and Fussilat.
Yes.
You read the ayah. The ayah commands you
Yeah.
to prostrate to Allah subhanahu
Yes,
wa ta'ala.
exactly.
Okay, how does one do that?
Any dhikr.
Anything?
The main one that I mentioned, it's to say La ilaha illallah haqqan haqqa,
Yeah.
La ilaha illallah imanan wa tasdiqa, La ilaha illallah ubudiyatan wa raqqa. So that's long and it's difficult to memorize. You
Someone
just
just
say
says,
subhanallah,
Subhanallah,
subhanallah.
subhanallah,
That's it, yeah.
subhanallah.
What is important is the sujood itself.
Do you have to face Qibla?
I can't remember, but
And do you need
better
wudu?
to face the qibla, of
And do
course.
you need
This is
wudu
sujood.
for it?
Sorry?
Do you need wudu for that one, the wajib one?
Again, I'm not sure. But
Okay,
in
fair
anyhow,
enough.
what is important is the sajda itself.
Fair enough, thank you. And the mustahab one, is it the same? As in, you recite whatever you can?
You can avoid it, you can do it, it's up to you. It's mustahab.
Okay. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Shaykhna. Are cigarettes and hookah halal in Islam and why?
Because there's no evidence that they are forbidden. So, something that is not immediate, has immediate effect.
What
like
about
drugs, for example.
What about those who said that, oh, but they're harmful and they're bad for your health?
That's a long term. And not for everyone. For some people.
So in Islamic law, something that's short-term harm is considered
Immediate harm.
immediate harm.
Like drugs, yes.
Like
that would be forbidden.
Poison
Exactly,
or something
exactly,
like that.
exactly.
Whereas something like smoking is...
Otherwise, someone can basically have a debate about having too much sugary sweets, fatty foods.
Yeah.
The same issue.
Yeah, over long term it will,
Exactly,
it will be detrimental to your health.
Exactly.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Shaykhna.
Assalam.
Am I allowed to take medicines that have alcohol in it?
What kind of alcohol? Is it intoxicant? You're not allowed. If it's a small percentage of non-intoxicant industrial alcohol, that would be fine.
So industrial. So if I'm going to the doctor and I've got a cold, and he gives me medicine with some industrial alcohol in it, that's okay. But if he tells me have a glass of brandy,
no, you can't.
That's not acceptable.
No, at all.
Okay. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Shaykhna. We will be traveling, inshallah, to spend Eid with family. We fly out at 9 a.m. and reach our destination at 9 a.m. the next day. Does this mean we miss 2 fasts, or can we fast on the second day as we will reach the destination before Dhuhr time? Shukran.
If they travel at 9 a.m. or is it p.m.?
9 a.m. and they're going to arrive the following day, 9 a.m.
So if they travel 9 a.m. on the last day, let's say month of Ramadan, they're going to definitely miss that last day.
Yeah.
So they have to make up later.
And what if the day they arrive is not Eid, but it's also a Ramadan day, the final
is it
Ramadan?
their hometown, you know, let's say
not mentioned, but I guess they're going to go spend time with family and so forth. So let's just say they're going to, you know, abroad. They're going to say Iraq or Pakistan.
They have to, if they want to fast and pray full, they have to make intention of staying 10 days in that particular city, 10 days and over. Otherwise, they have to break the fast and pray short as well.
So I'm going to go into detail with this, Sheikh. Now, let's say I leave at 9 o'clock on Monday.
Yes.
And I arrive 9 o'clock Tuesday.
Yes.
That Tuesday, can I fast that Tuesday because I've arrived before Dhuhr, or I can't fast that Tuesday?
As I've said, he needs to, or she needs to make the intention of staying 10 days.
Okay, let's say I made the intention for
Have
10
they
days.
consumed anything in the morning? Let's say they had a breakfast. Then it's gone. That day is gone. So they have to make intention. Well, if it's Eid, then there's no point of fasting.
But if it's not Eid, and let's say, but the thing is at Fajr, so let's say before Fajr and Imsak, an hour, 2 hours before, they were traveling. Can they make the niyyah? Or no? There's no way that they can fast on that Tuesday.
They have to arrive in destination and make the intention of staying there 10 days so they can fast that day. So that's
is before Dhuhr or before Fajr?
Of course, before Dhuhr. Because if you arrive after Dhuhr, it's too late.
So
let's say the plane arrives 3 p.m. rather than 9 a.m. It's too late. Then they have to.
So if I arrive Tuesday 9 a.m., I left Monday 9 a.m. The Monday fast is gone. Now I've arrived Tuesday 9 a.m. and I had the niyyah to fast and I wanted to fast. Can I fast that day?
I'm not sure because you still haven't reached your destination in terms of that's the issue.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. From YouTube, if I consume a drink that originally had one ingredient haram, but they made it halal by removing it, can I still drink it? Oh, that's a tricky one. See, okay, because this drink obviously is not what we call my mutlaq, it is a mixed one. And any drop of najasa, not to say that this is najasa, they said haram. What is haram but not najis, Sheikh?
No, the problem is if it's alcohol, or let's say pork fat,
Yeah. Najis.
then that substance, that drink becomes najis.
The whole thing is
there's
najis.
there's no point of there's no way of you to purify it.
Okay. What if they say that, okay, in the process alcohol was made and they boiled it and the alcohol's all gone now?
No, the minute the alcohol is inserted in that drink or food becomes impure.
Finish.
Yeah.
From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum Shaykhna. When a woman is in hayd, is she allowed to do sujood when she hears a recommended or wajib such as the Quran verse? Can she also recite a wajib sajda during her hayd? So let's say, you know, she's listening to Quran on YouTube or wherever on television, and that ayah comes, is she to do the sujood?
In terms of the ladies who are in this situation, of course, there's no salah, there's no siyam for this individual to pray or fast. In terms of sujood, I can't remember exactly the mas'ala, that is a wajib for her to prostrate in this situation, because there's now a wajib sajda. So is it obligatory or not? That's we have to see, inshallah.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum Shaykhna. Is it advisable in Islam for a woman to get military training? Very, very good question. Shaykhna, it is recommended by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam, and also the A'immah, for the men especially. They should know how to horse ride, know how to use a sword, you know how to use a bow and arrow. Wrestling was encouraged, swimming was encouraged. To be battle prepared and ready, just in case they had to fight. Does this apply to the women as well? Should the ladies, our sisters, should they be military trained on things like, you know, physical strength, you know, tactics of fighting, familiarity with weapons and so forth? Is this allowed?
Usually the battle and the war is away from the woman, and it is the duty of the men to go forward and fight and defend. And this shows Islam how it takes care of women and protects the dignity, protects the chastity, rather than being in front of the enemies who have no chastity, no dignity, nothing. They could even attack and insult those women if they were captured. As we see today in the wars, in some battles, sadly, they would take them as slaves and so forth. So that's the Islam how protects the woman to be at her comfort, at home, protected, and the men who defend their territory and their faith and their land.
From YouTube, if a country finds archaeological sites, is it permissible in Islam to restore them, especially if there are Greek or Roman polytheistic temples? That's a really good question, actually. Sheikh, according to Islamic law, you know, we have very, very old temples of idol worship from civilizations going back hundreds, thousands of years. I think in Jordan they have is it the Valley of Kings or something? You'll see they've got all these statues and stuff.
Petra.
Yeah, in Petra, and so forth. As Muslims, if we had a country, we had land, and we found certain sites, are we allowed to restore, preserve these sites, or should we demolish them because these are idol worshippers and so forth?
No, the thing that were mixed for some people, that these sites were now in museums, for example. We have statues and even
artifacts,
pharaoh mummies and so forth. These are no longer worshipped anymore.
Yeah.
So they're there to see and to basically to learn lesson. In other words, you go there and you see them. For example, you go to Egypt, you see the pyramids, for example. We learn a lesson from the past history that there was a kingdom on this earth, on this land, and now is perished and vanished as a result of their arrogance, tyrant, and so forth. So it's a good opportunity for us to go and see and learn a lesson from the past history. Yes, we should take them as a place of worship. That's what is not accepted.
From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. How come bad things happen in the world? I know that the world will be bad when Imam Mahdi, may Allah hasten his reappearance, comes to fix it. But I'm talking about robbery, child kidnapping, and other things like that. So why do bad things happen in the world, Sheikhna?
Because Allah Azza wa Jal made this world as a place for testing humanity. لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا, to see which of you are best indeed. So إِمَّا شَاكِرًا وَإِمَّا كَفُورًا, either thankful or disbelieve. So it is the human who would take a test in this world and leave this world either as a winner or as a failure. So it's your choice to be a good person or to be an evil person. And Allah Azza wa Jal provided all the means for the humanity to live in peace. There is a place to work, get your income, have a nice family, life. But if you want to steal and insult the woman, for example, and so forth, of course, you went the wrong way. So you failed the test. And those who went the right way and they got married and they had halal sustenance and income, they won. They leave this world happily. But that individual who left this world by crimes and stealing and insulting and so forth would, of course, go to the hellfire. Na'udhu billah.
This one is from YouTube as well. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. I have problems with my stomach and pass wind regularly. Do I have to keep doing wudu?
There is a special hukum for those who have such issues that they have water next to them. According to some ulama, that whenever this happens, you stop the prayers in the middle of the salah, then you take the wudu and then you continue with your salah. So there's specific hukum for these individuals, yes.
Wow.
Especially for those who have drops of urine in the salah. So that's one of the ways to solve it.
From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Tell me a funny story or a humorous incident about one of our Imams alayhi salam. This is not story time with the Sheikh. If you'd like to, you can go visit YouTube, and there's loads of little what they call anecdotes of the Imams and so forth. If you have a question on fiqh, that would be absolutely amazing. We'll be more than happy to help. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Isn't alcohol and pork allowed for Shia? I don't know where you got that idea from, but I am going to allow Sheikhna to pass his comments on this ridiculous question. Sheikhna, isn't alcohol and pork allowed for Shia?
The Quran states, إنما الخمر والميسرة, and the rest of them حرام فاجتنبوه. So we follow the Holy Quran. We are the Shia of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Rasulullah said, I leave with you two weighty things, the book of Allah and my progeny, my Ahl Bayti. So we follow the book of Allah. It is haram for the Muslims, Shia or non-Shia, to consume alcohol and to eat pork. And to follow Ahl Bayt, that's wajib. To believe in the Imamah of Ahl Bayt and their Khilafah. Nobody is Khalifa except Ali after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
From YouTube, Sheikhna. At the end of prayer, when I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and so on, do I look to the right then to the left because of the angels? So you'll see the Sheikhna at the end, they will do the tashahhud, they will be Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, and you'll see people do this and do this. And also it's very synonymous with the Sunni madhab. When they end their prayer, they'll say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and then they'll hear Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. What is this? Why do we look left and right at the end of the prayer? Is it because we have angels on the side?
No, the way that Ahl Bayt taught us, Salamullah alayhim, that Imam Sadiq in a hadith, he practically taught one of his companions how to pray, and he never moved his head to the left or the right. And the problem is that the salam is inside the salah. You can't move your head towards the left or the right while you're inside the salah. So when you say Assalamu alaikum, you're inside the salah. You haven't left the salah yet. It's like saying, Maliki yawmiddin, iyaka na'budu. It doesn't make sense. You have to make sure that your head is towards the qibla without any movement. So you have to keep straight towards the qibla until you end the salah.
Fantastic. Sheikhna, we have a phone call on the line. Inshallah, we'll be able to get through to our viewer. Assalamu alaikum. Your name and where you're calling from?
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Masood. I'm from Turkey.
From Turkey, mashallah. Brother, your question please for the Sheikh.
Yeah, Ramadan Kareem. First of all, I have a question for the Sheikh. Are energy drinks halal in Islam because they affect the natural state of the body? Thanks.
Okay, Sheikh, did you get the question?
No.
Can you say the question again, please, brother?
Are energy drinks halal in Islam because they affect the natural state of the body?
Did you get that?
No.
I didn't get that. Can you WhatsApp the question, please? Because I think the connection is bad, but it was in terms of, I think, a drink. And
What kind of drink is
halal,
it?
Halal or haram. Okay. So the question was, is energy drinks halal because of what they do to the state of the body? So energy drinks are very, very infamous for having high amounts of sugar, also high amounts of caffeine. Now, what that can do to the body, Sheikh, is make you stimulated a lot more in terms of your mind. It could give you a high sugar rush or a lot of energy and so forth. So you can, work, concentrate, be more attentive for a certain period of time. For example, Laylat al-Qadr and so forth. Sometimes I've seen it on Layl al-Ashura in certain Hussainiyas because people are up all night doing azar and ibadah and so forth. So they'll give energy drinks out and things like that. So knowing what we know about energy drinks, is it halal for us to consume?
As long as there's no alcohol or wine within these drinks, or let's say animal fat from pork, for example, or non-halal beef and other cattles are used, let's say animal fat which is haram, it's fine. It's like you have, a milkshake with dates, Arabian dates, it gives you energy. It's all energy at the end of the day. But this is more made from chemicals, I think, a bit. More chemical energy.
Personally, I wouldn't recommend it at all. I haven't drank an energy drink in over 10, 15 years. It's very bad for you. I won't recommend it at all. Sheikhna, you normally have some lessons for us to learn from during Ramadan time. A hadith maybe, or something for the viewers. I would like to take this opportunity to hand over you the main stage, Sheikhna, the spotlight. And before we go on the break, was there anything you'd like to discuss with our viewers?
Yes, indeed. To the situations happened a few days ago in Syria, on the coastline of Ladiqiyah and other parts of the country, where people were massacred and killed, innocent people. There's a hadith that even Ahl Sunnah narrate in a different phrase, but we have this from the Shia source from من لا يحضره الفقيه.
Okay.
By Yaqul Away.
Okay.
That he narrated from Jabir and Abi Ja'far alayhi salam, from Imam Baqir alayhi salam. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله, that أول ما يحكم الله عز وجل فيه, the first thing Allah would take accountable on the day of judgment. So this the first thing to be judged, let's say on the day of judgment as accountable. يوم القيامة الدماء, the bloods, the bloods of the people that were shed. فيوقف ابناء آدم, the sons of Adam would be lined up on the day of judgment. فيفصل بينهما, so they would divide each group with different lines, for example. ثم الذين يلونهما من أصحاب الدماء, so they bring the victims, the killed and the killers, the criminal and the victims. حتى لا يبقى منهم أحد, nobody will be remained away from this judgment day and حساب. حتى لا يبقى منهم أحد من الناس بعد ذلك حتى يأتي المقتول بقاتله, until nobody remains from people, everyone is brought. Nobody can hide somewhere, behind the bushes, behind the mountain. Everyone is brought. The killed and the killer, the victim and the criminal. So they bring the killer and the killed, the victim and the criminal. فيشخب دمه في وجهه, so the one who was killed, his face would be filled with the blood, would flow with the blood, imagine, to show that he was killed. فيقول أنت قتلته, so they would say to the one who was next to him, who killed him, you killed him, yes? فلا يستطيع أن يكتم الله حديثا. In this way, he cannot conceal or hide anything. He can't say, I didn't kill him. Because the evidence is there. Now you have the videos. Blatantly they would put the videos that we killed this individual. Yes. And he shows himself, his face. And proud that he killed those innocent people. So can you see in this holy month, in the name of Islam, they go and kill innocent people? Even if they are disbelievers, مثلا. Innocent people. What in the Quran said they go and kill innocent people in their homes? Children, women, and even old people, elderly people. So even I think in Sunni books they have also about the forbiddenness of killing innocent people and to shed the blood, and Allah will take revenge from those who killed innocent people. So this holy month is the month of blessings and mercy and forgiveness, not the month of bloodshed, sadly. They gave the worst image of their Islam, of course. Yes. The Islam of Muawiyah and Yazid.
Thank you very much, Sheikhna. And we are going to go to a short break. So join us after the break. Inshallah, we will continue Ahkam SOS. If you have a question you'd like to ask, now is the best time to send it. Send it via the WhatsApp number there below. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, you can put it in the comment section and the technical team will send them to me. Take this period now to think of your question and to send them in. And inshallah, after the break, we'll continue our discussion here on Ahkam SOS. See you in a bit.
I have a question regarding keeping pictures of scholars. Is it permissible to plant trees by or over
Islam
the
established based on peace and non-violence?
Is it permissible to collect donations for charity projects from
Is it permitted to consume canned food imported from non-Muslim countries?
Is there an issue for men looking at non-Muslim women?
To have your questions answered live, WhatsApp us on +44 7415 092155.
For those interested in an Islamic law book by Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi, please WhatsApp the Ahkam SOS team at the following number to place your order today: +44 7415 092155. The Islamic law book, available exclusively in hard copy, contains religious questions answered by Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq Al-Shirazi. Order your hard copy today.
Put a finger down if you have access to fresh water. Put a finger down if you have food in your fridge. Put a finger down if you have access to healthcare. Put a finger down if you have never lived in a war zone. Put a finger down if you have family around you. Put a finger down if you have a warm bed to sleep in. Put a finger down if you have clothes in your wardrobe. Put a finger down if you have a roof over your head. Put a finger down if you have access to education. Put a finger down if you want to be part of changing the world.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah wa barakatuh, and welcome back to Ahkam SOS, the show that discusses Islamic duties and practices. Now this is a live show where we do take in your questions, so if you have any questions you'd like to ask, send them via the WhatsApp number there below. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, you can put your questions in the comment section and the technical team will send them to me on my handy iPad. Assalamu alaikum Sheikhna.
Assalam.
Let us continue, and it is from YouTube. Assalamu alaikum Sheikhna. I heard another sheikh say that it is haram to set up toys that resemble humans or animals, like putting the toy arms and legs together. Is this true? Okay, Sheikhna, so sometimes, like Lego and so forth, you'll have pieces and you put the body and the head to the body and the arms and so forth and that, and you can play with the toy. Some sheikh said this is haram. According to our fiqh, Sheikhna, is it okay to play with these sort of toys?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. For the kids, there's no issue with it at all. You can buy for them toys, they can play with it, they make it. What is problem is to build the sculptures as they do it for some celebrities, presidents, industries, from bronze metal, for example. That kind of thing would be problematic.
Like a statue?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. That's it.
Okay.
That's the issue.
From WhatsApp. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. When is it wajib to do a verbal niyyah? I know for ghusl and wudu, you don't have to do a verbal niyyah. How about wajib prayers or mustahab prayers? How about wajib fast? Do we have to do a verbal intention for those?
Not at all. Just keep it in mind, niyyah, that's it.
Sheikhna, for Ramadan, I heard that you could even, the first of Ramadan or just the eve of Ramadan, you can do a niyyah that I want to fast the whole month. And that will suffice as well. You know, that you're planning, your niyyah is to fast every day of Ramadan. Is this true?
I mentioned it on the first night, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can do that niyyah as well. Okay, another question from YouTube. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. What should you do if while praying you accidentally have your mind absent from praying? Like for instance, doing ruku, like your mind came present while in sujood. Okay, so I like to call this salah autopilot, Sheikhna. When you're praying, sometimes people switch to autopilot. They're saying the dhikr. They're doing the actions. Sometimes the mind isn't there. The mind has gone off. Where did I leave my keys? Or did I reply to that person's text message? Or, you know, I've still got this work to do and that work to do. And the mind just drifts off. Yet they are still doing the dhikr. They are still doing the actions and so forth, the amal or amal of the salah. So, what does one do in that situation?
Initially, you don't break your prayers, it's fine. It's just that you have to go back to yourself and focus to what you're saying. For example, look at the turba, the place of prostration, and just reflect in your salah. Go back. It happens to most of us. I don't want to say all of us, most of us.
Yeah.
That you have to go back, you know, to the salah.
I think one advice that I got, which was really nice, was that they said, concentrate on what you're saying and what the meaning is. So when you're reciting in Arabic and then you think to yourself, what am I reciting in Arabic? What does this mean? Your mind is attentive. Exactly. You're understanding what you're doing, you're understanding who you're worshipping and so forth. And inshallah, you know, there's other benefactors as well to help you with concentrating in salah. Okay, from YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Is it true that the family of the Prophet is mentioned in the Holy Quran?
Yes, Surah Al-Ahzab 33.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
You can recite it.
I don't remember. إنما يريد الله يذهب
عنكم الرجس
أهل البيت ويطهركم
تطهيرا.
أهل البيت.
أهل البيت, exactly.
For those who say, no, this Ahlul Bayt doesn't mean the holy household of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It refers to the wives. What do you say to that, Sheikh?
I tell them go back one verse before that, when the Prophet, when the Quran was talking to the Prophet's wives, using the feminine kunna.
The mir, pronoun.
Pronoun in the feminine. So kunna, noon in niswa, the noon of the feminine, and then switch to masculine.
Yes.
Ankum.
Ankum.
ويطهركم. Kum means plural of the masculines. Yeah. So why?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Why did they change the pronoun to masculine? From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. For Salatul Layl, can I use a YouTube video as a guide while praying? I'm a revert, so Arabic is not my first language. And also because of this, I don't know 40 Muslims to pray for. Can I pray for my family even though they are not Muslims? For the YouTube is fine, yeah. You can play it and follow the steps and the sequence. And the 40 names that they have to mention? It says 40 mu'min. So try to find 40 mu'min here and there. Maybe you can go back to the books of the ulama. Allama Majlisi, I don't know. Allama Sheikh Tusi, مثلا. You know, the presenters on Imam Hussein TV, Sheikh Ali, myself, Mohsin Shah, and plenty more you can mention if you like. From WhatsApp, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna, Ramadan Mubarak. Is it true that it is haram to own a dog? I am a revert and my family own a dog. Moving out is not an option for me, but I'm not sure what to do. No, the scholars have exception in terms of owning a dog for the purpose of security, for if you have a field or farm to protect your herd, you have cattle, for example, that kind of thing, they would allow it. There's no issue with it. Okay, from YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Is rice wine vinegar halal? Rice wine vinegar. Is rice wine vinegar halal? The ingredients listed on the bottle in the Chinese stir-fried sauce I want to use for cooking over a heated pan. I can't the information about the product process, unfortunately. I can't give you the information about the production process, but Sheikhna, we have white wine vinegar, red wine vinegar, and this is Chinese rice wine vinegar. Vinegar, I'm sure you're aware of, Sheikhna, is wine which has been reduced and all the alcohol has been burnt off and so forth. Are these vinegars halal to use?
You see, any alcoholic drink or wine which is turned into vinegar, this is one of the purifiers, as we have mutahharat. We have 10, 11 mutahharat, purifiers. One of them is this process.
Changing, yeah.
The change, the transportation or transformation of wine or alcohol to vinegar. It makes it pure, tahir, and halal to consume. Because no longer alcohol is no longer wine.
Yeah.
The taste difference.
The structural formation.
Everything changes.
Yeah.
The whole chemical process changes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not intoxicant anymore.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, that's correct. A lot of people assume that there's still alcohol involved in these vinegars, and there is no alcohol whatsoever. But that doesn't mean, Sheikhna, that I can take any alcoholic drink and boil it till the alcohol is finished and then drink it.
No.
It's only because
a specific process for making it.
It's only because this wine has turned into vinegar. It is allowed and it's acceptable. Not the case that it's not that the alcohol has been burnt off.
That's why the title is vinegar, no longer alcohol. Nobody calls it alcohol at all.
Yeah.
So those who drink, na'udhu billah, they won't come and drink white wine alcohol, vinegar at all.
It's going to be too acidic for your stomach.
Exactly, yeah.
Moving on, YouTube. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. How do I perform ghusl the right way? How do I perform ghusl the right way?
In terms of the ghusl, very simple. You can make an intention. You wash the head, the neck, and then your right side of the body, front and back, from top to bottom, and of course from the left side, then top to bottom. That's it. Both sides.
What about ears, nose?
Any visible part of the body, you have to wash it. Any visible.
What about ear piercings? Do I need to get inside?
If it's visible, you have to wash. Otherwise, no. It's like inside your nose. You don't have to wash it. But you have to wash this part, which is visible.
The outside.
Exactly. Whatever is visible.
So with ear piercings, you said the outside, or do I have to go in, make sure the water goes
No, you don't have to go in. But if it's visible, you can see it, then you have to wash it. Otherwise, the inside you don't have to wash.
For YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. If a food item is not halal, then is it permissible to throw away if I'm unable to return it to the store, or can I donate it to a non-Muslim instead of letting the food go to waste? That's a good question, Sheikhna. So for example, I bought, let's say, frozen burgers. And I thought it was halal because it had some Arabic writing or it sounded Islamic. Later I find out, oh, these are not halal. There's nothing to certify it says halal. There's no mention of halal and so forth. Now, these burgers, let's just say they're beef. Do I throw them away? Or say, oh, you know what? I have an next door neighbor, he's Christian. It's not haram for him. He can eat them. Can I give them to him?
Other than alcohol and pork meat, yes, you can give them to them.
So if it's beef, chicken,
yes, you
lamb,
can. Yes,
you can say, okay, look, I can't eat it, but you can have it. But if someone's given me, for example, we know this with work and stuff, offices, Christmas, they might give you a bottle of wine or something to take home, or they might give you
shouldn't take it.
Pork or something like that.
You can't take it.
As if it's posted to my house.
No, you can't consume
it. I give it to my next door neighbor?
No, you can't. You can't.
Throw it away.
That's it.
So let's make it clear for the viewers. Haram, it's haram. Alcohol and pork. Throw it in the bin. Can't do anything with it. Can't give it to somebody. Can't donate it to charity. In the bin. Think of it as poison. But anything else, beef, lamb, chicken, you can give it to your next door neighbor if it is not halal. Correct, Sheikhna?
Inshallah.
Nice question here, Sheikhna, from YouTube. Why is Mus'haf Fatima not available in public domain?
It is in the hands of the Imam alayhi salam because it has the foretelling of the future incidents. So anything that happens in the history is written in that book. Sadly, those who accuse Shia that this is the second Quran, it's a big lie and falsehood of their statements. Mus'haf Fatima alayhi salam is interpretations or foretellings of the future that Jibreel told Fatima alayhi salam that was going to happen after the demise of her father sallallahu alayhi wa the future history of the humanity, the king, the name of the kings, what kingdoms would come and perish and vanish, all mentioned in this book.
From WhatsApp, is oyster sauce halal? Sheikhna, are you aware and familiar with oyster sauce?
No.
It's used a lot in Chinese cooking.
I haven't seen
Oyster sauce. I think we'll come back to that one because we're not sure of the ingredients and what's in it. But I know sometimes they call it fish sauce as well. It's like, you know, they have soya sauce and Worcestershire sauce, and oyster sauce is another one that they use in their cooking. I'm not aware of the ingredients, so we'll have to come back to that one. Okay, YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. I saw in the Shia app calendar that Laylatul Qadr is on the 22nd. How can we be certain about that?
I mean, the ulama have issued from Najaf and Qom that Sunday, I think 2nd February.
Yes.
It's the first month of Ramadan.
March. It was
March, sorry.
2nd of March.
2nd of March, yeah.
The first of Ramadan.
Exactly.
And then from there on, we know that Laylatul Qadr is
exactly
practiced on the 19th, 21st.
Yeah, but you have to see it Gregorian date as well.
Which is, it will be one day behind, so it will be the 22nd, it'll be the 20th, 22nd and 24th of March, inshallah. Please remember us in your du'as. We are in great need of them. From YouTube, Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. What is the purpose of Sayyid scholars wearing black turbans and others wearing white? What makes the distinction in general? Are Sayyids more special or higher ranked? Does bloodline matter in Islam? So let's go back. This is 3-4 questions. So let's start with number 1. Why do Sayyids wear black turbans and non-Sayyids wear white turbans?
To make sure that the Sayyids don't get mixed with the non-Sayyids.
Okay.
Because you have حقوق such as sadaqah, zakat. It's haram to pay to the Sayyids. They cannot take zakat. The wajib, sadaqah, zakat, you cannot give it to Sayyids. So they won't fall into that category and start to consume haram money because it doesn't belong to them. And to make sure that the Sahmu Sadat, the 10% khumus would go to the Sadat and not to others.
Yes.
So it's important to know who is Sayyid and who's not Sayyid. And to protect this lineage of Rasulullah. It's a blessed lineage of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Okay. And then there was, why make the distinction in general? We already mentioned that. Are Sayyids more special or higher ranked? Does bloodline matter in Islam?
What matters in Islam is taqwa. Inna akramakum indallah atqakum. Even if you are a non-Sayyid from, from non-Muslim family, you're a revert, convert, but you have faith and iman, you could be the best of many of those Sayyids. Taqwa is important. Akramakum indallah atqakum. The most honorable to Allah Azza wa Jalla is the one who has more piety and observes God conscious. That's the most important.
We have plenty of, you will meet people, you will meet, Sayyids who are amazing, and you will meet non-Sayyids who are more amazing and more pious than Sayyids itself. Question in regards into that, do we have any of the Imam, their children who were disobedient or rebellious towards Imama itself?
Yes, we have in some narrations with this regard. Of course, some ulama would say these are narrations in somehow from Bani Abbas or enemies. They won't accept it. They would say that all the sons of the Ahlul Bayt are good.
Obedient and okay.
Yeah, so we have this difference, but we have narrations very clear.
But we know from Prophet Nuh, his son was rebellious towards him and so forth. So. Okay, next question from YouTube. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Is Duha prayer recommended in Shia Islam? I don't know.
Duha, no.
Duha. What is Duha prayer?
It's a salah in which they pray it after the sunrise, I think.
Okay.
In 1 or 2 hours, roughly. Duha prayer. So
and it's not?
No, it's not even sunnah. No, we don't have such a thing at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is the adhan and iqama wajib before salah?
Mustahab, especially iqama.
But if I read the adhan, is it wajib for me to read the iqama, or it's mustahab to read either?
It's mustahab to recite the iqama, of course.
They don't come in pairs. You can do one or the other. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. From YouTube. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikhna. Is there consensus amongst Shia scholars regarding Maghrib being 20 minutes after sunset, or is it open to interpretation?
As I've said, we have different calendars, and we cannot exactly verify which one is the most accurate. Yes, unless the one who is later, in terms of 20-25 minutes, they take ihtiyat sometimes. So for the ihtiyat purpose, yes, but otherwise, we're not sure exactly which one is the most accurate.
Okay. Next question, Sheikhna. May Allah bless you, Sheikh. Is the order you mentioned, the ghusl, mandatory, or can I take a shower normally and make sure the water reaches my whole body?
Yes, we have an opinion by Ayatollah Shirazi, I think. He has a third category of ghusl.
Okay.
Which is, you have the first one, which is the one I mentioned. Tartibi, sequential.
Yeah.
Head.
Neck. So start from the head, going down, face, around the neck.
Yeah, neck.
Right side, front.
Back.
Right body, right leg to feet.
Exactly.
Back of the right side of the body, and then the back of the right leg, and then the left upper body, arm, left front leg, and then the back, and also the back.
Exactly. And the next one is immersion or diving. So you can dive inside the pool or a sea or a river or a stream. Irtimasi.
Yeah.
Immersion ghusl, in which you stay there for a few seconds, you make the intention, and that's it. Within seconds, you are pure and tahir. Which is the easiest, I think.
Okay.
And the third one is the ghusl of matar, as they call it, the shower ghusl. In other words, if you have a big shower, for example, comes straight, covers all your body, you can do the ghusl even.
You're talking about the showers that come from the top.
Shower heads,
They're very big.
Yeah, big shower heads.
Yeah, they're big. So it's like rain is on you.
Exactly.
Not the
That's
small
what
circle
they say. It calls the rain ghusl.
Not the small circle ones. You're talking about.
The big ones.
You're talking about. You normally you find them in gyms and stuff. I know which one you're talking about.
So that kind
that one,
of ghusl can also if you follow Ayatollah Shirazi.
And that suffices.
Yes.
You don't have to do the wiping and the tartib.
No, just ghusl. It's like an immersion.
Wow. Okay, didn't know that. Wow. Okay. If you pray your salah qada, is it still haram on you?
What is haram? Qada is qada. If you have something of praise you haven't done, you have to pray them. Make them up later. If there's a haram, this is something separate issue. You have to ask Allah's forgiveness for the haram acts.
We have a lot more questions, Sheikh, but we're running out of time, so let's go as quick as we can. Oh no, that's it. We do not have any more time, so I do apologize. I had a couple of more questions, but the producer's telling me we don't have any time. We do apologize if we haven't asked your question. It's just that there's so much coming. However, you will have an opportunity tomorrow. All these questions will take over and roll them over to tomorrow's program. Inshallah, Muthanna will be back. If the Sayyid isn't back, then inshallah I will bless your screens again. But thank you for participating and watching Ahkam SOS. It's been a pleasure. Sheikhna, I thoroughly enjoyed being back.
Ahsantum.
And inshallah, Ahkam SOS will be back tomorrow taking in your questions. Somebody and the Sheikh will be here, inshallah, tomorrow, 8:30 on Imam Hussein TV 3. Take care. And also make sure you support and contribute the project of Imam Hussein TV 3, whether it shows like Ahkam SOS or Sayyid Ammar shows or the live shows that we have, all the jashrins and all the wafars that we do throughout the whole year. Make sure you visit www.imamhussein3tv.com, and inshallah from there you can see more of our projects, donate, support, and also keep this channel running. Thank you very much and see you very, very soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Talib, why are we here?
It's simple. Let's take these 7 steps and see where it takes us. Wow, we're some nice clean shadish.
Yeah, one step closer. Let's take another step closer. Hopefully we won't have another outfit change.
Hope not. Have we started? Are we live?
Not yet.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to 7 Steps to Heaven. What's your name and where are you calling from?
And are you ready to take on 7 questions to be on your way to Karbala?
In the heart of London, Imam Hussein Media Group is on the brink of an extraordinary transformation. We are securing a new home, a sanctuary named after the Queen of Karbala, Lady Zainab Salamullahi alayhi, who commemorated Abi Abdullah al-Hussein and spread the message of Karbala. This new complex, spanning 515 square meters, will be the central hub for our 5 channels, a place for filming, editing, broadcasting and gathering as a community. With a cost of £1.5 million, we invite you to be part of this new chapter. Each square meter will cost £2,900, but every contribution counts. One share is £290, or even one brick is £50. Your donation will not only build this sanctuary, but also secure immense rewards in this world and the hereafter. Every show produced, every message broadcasted will be a source of thawab for you and your families. By helping us secure this building, you are paving the way for millions to connect with Karbala and the message of Imam Hussein alayhi salam through our channels. Join the ranks of the lovers of Aba Abdullah. Be part of this noble cause. Donate today and make a lasting impact on Shia media globally.
Dear viewers at home, welcome to season 3 of the Shia Voice. The show where dreams take center stage, talent knows no limits.
We have a range of auditions for you.
From laughter to tears, and each and every one of you should be very proud. I appreciate those of you who've come from far and wide.
Inspiring talents of our performers.
From lecturers to Quran reciters.